Hey, good afternoon. It's Saturday. It is not a market day. Herbalist Torah coming to you from my backyard at rlmherbalideals.com. I was getting ready to start doing something. If you've been on my channel before, you've been here before, you kind of see, but my backyard. But honestly, right now it's February in Texas, so spring is already sprung. And if you see back here, I one of my solar panels is gone. So after a year and a half, one of them failed, and I just took it down to see what was going on with it. In the interim, I just have my solar power generator hooked up to the one that's here. I do have another generator, another solar panel that I was going to put up, but if I could figure out what's wrong with this one, I did buy a new junction box to see if that's going to be what the issue is. Hopefully, I didn't see anything wrong in the power cells themselves. So I just want to see if the junction box failed, or maybe like when we were mowing my son was mowing the lawn or something, he maybe pulled on one of the cables, because as I repaired a wheel, look at that, something came out. So it could be that this is the only issue. If it is, great. I can very easily reseal this without changing out the junction box and seeing if that works. But that's going to be something I do maybe tomorrow or later when it's not so warm out. It's a balmy 80 something degrees here. First day of the rodeo parade. A lot going on down here in Houston. But what I came here for, because what I wanted to do is get my seed starters going. So I wanted to show you how I do that. So basically I am starting here. Let me just turn this down. So basically I'm starting with, you know what those are. Those are egg crates. This isn't an 18 set, and basically I'm going to put rows of each different seeds in here to get them to sprout. And then once they have sprouted and they've gotten a root system, the whole thing just goes in the potting soil. The whole thing just goes in the pot or whatever it is I'm going to put it in. I don't do the ground here because, one, I have dogs, and I do not want them urinating or defecating on my roots. Chickens and goats, that's one thing. Dogs is another whole nother story. So not doing that. So what I'm going to do here, let me tilt you back down so you can see. So what I'm going to be doing here, I'm just going to be getting my soil and very liberally just filling this up. That's all I'm doing. It's not pretty, it's not anything, but hey, I'm reducing, I'm reusing. Look at that. And recycling all at the same time. Now this is an organic mix that I'm using. This is the first time I'm using it. I tried this other mix before, and basically I ended up with a whole bunch of grass and weeds growing in my stuff. So there that goes. So as you know, I'm an herbalist. So what I want to do is plant some seeds. So now for seeds, no gloves, since I have this all done, right? So I just got in these, there's some stuff that I've done before, and I basically harvested the seeds. So I have sweet peppers. Black cherries is going to be an experiment. I'm putting these in a small pot. What I did with those, I did put them in the refrigerator for a little while to kind of like, it was only like 3. I'm not expecting anything grand or anything, but I put those in, and I had them in there for about 3 weeks in the refrigerator, not cold, but not freeze, because some things need that chill in order to understand that it's time to wake up when springtime comes. So I am going to put in some calendula, I am going to put in some chamomile, and I am going to put in some wild lettuce, and I am going to put in some California poppy. So that's 4 herbs I'm planting. And as for food, I'm going to use some of the sweet peppers. So now we're up to 5. I need 1 more food. Let's see what I have in here. Bell peppers. Cucumbers did not do well twice, so I could try them again. But I do want my cherry tomatoes. Oh, maybe I'll do some lavender in another egg crate for the front yard. I also have something else, another herb out there. But, you know, mama's got to eat, right? Mama's got to eat, right? I've got an oregano plant. I don't like peas. I already have some parsley. What is this? Maybe I'll try some spinach. Yeah. I think that'll be it today. So, basically what I'm going to do, I am going to put a few seeds in each one of these. So, get that covered up. What I don't like about this one, this needs to be sifted a little bit because I've got a lot of small sticks in here, and that's not exactly cool. So there goes my sweet peppers went in. I'm gonna do my spinach now. Actually, spinach I really should have started last month, but it was the temperature was fluctuating quite a bit. Okay, stick a few seeds of my spinach. And what I'm doing when I plant these, I'm putting the seeds like on each end of the egg cup so that I have an idea of what's what. You know, whether they come up or whether they don't. Right? So that's my spinach. Now let me get my herbs in here. Some of these herbs are quite small. So this is my wild lettuce. Wild lettuce is basically used for pain management. And these seeds are really small. I don't know if you can see that, but those are my wild lettuce seeds. So I'm going to put a few of these in each egg cup. And I'm just, actually basically all I'm doing is pressing them down in the soil. And then giving it a quick cover. What I am putting these in is, I ended up buying some spinach from the grocery store. And it came in one of those, where is it? It came in one of these. Okay. I think this works out great. I'm just going to poke some holes in it so that some air can escape. The condensation can come up so I don't get mold. And there's, mostly at night, So I'll leave it open for a little bit. Now that I'm in shade, it's fine. But then when night comes over, I'll cover them up so nothing happens to them. They don't blow away. And while I'm doing this, I need to mark on here what is what. So the first thing I did was my sweet pepper. And then I did my spinach. And then this was my wild lettuce. Okay. I'm going to come back later and put some real tags in these, but this is just temporary. All right. So I said I was going to do calendula. Okay. For most people, this is just plain ordinary marigolds. And that's what those seeds look like. Oh, dropped one. Put 2 of these in each. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are going to go here. I have a raised pot in the front that I'm going to put these in once they germinate. And these are really easy because once they start and they get to the point where they're a few inches high, basically all I'm going to do is just break the little egg crate apart and just plant the whole thing. That works out pretty well. I've done that before. Actually, I did that when I was a kid because my mom wouldn't let me buy seed pots, and I used to grow stuff outside. Hey, you do what you can do when you live in New York, up in the Bronx, and it's not a lot of stuff for you to do. Calendula. Okay, and I said California poppy. Okay, and they put a lot of these in here. And that tells you how proliferative they are, how fast they grow, and how many seeds they put out. So here are my poppy seeds. And California poppy is good for calming the mind. It's mild sedative, really good for people who have trouble sleeping. It can be a nervine, but it's really a good thing to grow. And they're beautiful when they come up. It's not exactly the straight flower that I'm going to harvest, but some flowers I will harvest, some I will wait till it goes to bud. And just before it does so, there's a way to harvest the sap that comes from the flower bud. And that's what I'm going to do with that. And then the last one I want to plant, these are passion flower. So these I'll just leave in the bag. These are passion flower seeds. Passion flower, again, is another one that helps with insomnia and nervous brains, nervous minds. So as an herbalist, I have a lot of people that have trouble sleeping because their minds are busy. So this is going to help them. And I'll put these in. Same way, just pushing them down into the soil. Basically, it's only about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Okay. And that is it. Now I am going to water it in. I'm going to put this on mist and move these things out the way. Before I do that, let me finish marking everything else up. Cali poppy and passion flower. Okay, now that I've got that done, now I'm going to water in. And I'm not gonna do this with a stream or anything because some of the seeds are really small. So I'm gonna turn my hose to mist and then just oops, sorry about that. And just give it a good misting. And that's a heck of a mist, huh? Let me as you can see, the soil is starting to settle a little bit. And that's about it. That's all I'm doing. Okay, well, that's that. I've got a lot more work to do here in my yard. It's time for my cleanup for everything. So as you can see, all of those pots I had previously there, they're in need of a good cleanup, right? These are my pineapple plants that I got from store-bought. So they braved through the winter here in Texas, and they're doing quite well. As you can see, I have a forest back here. Just this week, all of that happened. It was flat and dormant, and the first thing that came out were weeds. So, and there's my avocado plant. Behind that is my lemon tree. It's my lemon tree back there. That, if you've watched Lead Farmer 73, when you go to the big box store and you find some of these small dwarf trees, basically after watching him, I learned that what they're doing, they air layered that, cut it off and put it in some dirt and called it a dwarf tree. It's flowering, but it's really not mature enough to have any fruit on it yet. And then my rosemary down there, that's my rosemary, and my mint bounced back well. The other stuff back there just needs to be trimmed back. I could see the greenery coming back on it. So that's about it for today, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Please do me a favor, go to RLM Herbal Ideals on YouTube so I can get the number of viewers and subscribers that I need to go live instead of putting it all in the video and uploading it in Facebook and Instagram and my channel. Okay, so I hope you have a blessed day. Those of you who are up north, please stay warm, be careful on those roads. Those of you who are in the be careful, mid-Atlantic, mid-central United States dealing with that storm. Please, folks, be careful. Snow, ice, and heavy rain is nothing to take lightly. And those of you in the South, I hope you're doing like I did and you're getting your spring garden ready. It's February. Hopefully I'll be ready to harvest some things in March, April, May, and June. All right, folks, have a great day. Happy seeing you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Peace be with you.